What's going on YouTube? So I'm gonna try to make another raw video just kind of on the progress of the Evo. So in the last video you saw the motor, the transmission, the T-case, and just kind of went through the costs and whatnot involved in getting the SST trans rebuilt. So fast forward to now. We are here in my garage, and we actually brought the Evo home. So it's been over at my buddy's house for about 2 years, almost 2 years on the dot, to be honest. 2 years in a couple days, but she is home, and this is where we're at right now. So earlier today after work, I pulled her out of the garage and gave her a nice bath, cleaned her up a bit, and cleaned the engine bay up just a bit, gave her a good pressure washing and cleaning. She was filthy. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but definitely not great. So anyways, got it jacked up, and next thing to do is to get the subframe removed. So basically all of this with the power steering and the knuckles, and we are going to be doing some major cleaning to that. So I don't know how much I'm going to actually film, like the process of doing this. It's not really a how-to, but just kind of trying to document the progress on this car and enjoy working on it at the same time. So not feeling obligated like I have to film things, but I do want to document the progress and see where it goes. There will say there's a lot of little things that I'd like to clean up, like little things and things I'd like to replace as well, but unfortunately it's not cheap. So I'm gonna do what I can, and just, as I'm going, get the car back up and running in a timely manner. It'd be cool if today's Friday. It's like Friday at like 10:30 p.m. But we're gonna see what we can do on this, and I'm pretty sure after this, the next step is to just get the motor in from underneath, I think, but we're gonna figure it out as we go. So that's where we're at right now. So let's see where we can get to before I decide to call it a night. Let's do it. So this is the kind of stuff that pains me, and that, like, with how much I care about this car, I want to clean up everything, but I'm kind of trying to pick and choose my battles. And yeah, so I took the dust shield off to clean it up, started cleaning it up, but when I took it off, the little fucking nut or bolt that was in there snapped. So that's cool. So we're gonna have to drill that out and try to retap it or something. But yeah, so a lot of little things that are frustrating me right now. I think I'm gonna call it a night here shortly, but I might have done a little extra on the removal of this side for the suspension components. Not 100% sure, but when we did remove or take these off, everything off in the first place, we did end up cutting the speed sensors, just because they're pretty seized and stuck in there. But I did order some new ones, so hopefully they work and do the job. So yeah, see if we keep going or if we pick up tomorrow. Oh, it's about 11:42 p.m. Still the same night. I made it through and I hit my goal of dropping the subframe. So it wasn't hard by any means, but things just were not going right. And it just little things like took the dust covers off and snapped both bolts and little tiny things. So those are both gonna have to be fixed, and trying to clean stuff up and things not cleaning up the way I want them to, and yeah. But subframe is officially dropped. So sweet. Little tip, and my buddy actually told me about this, and I then researched it and saw some YouTube videos. If you're doing this and you are going to pull your, oh, if I can find my flashlight, if you're going to pull your, see, this is what I'm talking about, like the little things that just aren't going right, like flashlight, where'd I put it? Found it. Okay, so your steering shaft. In here, pull this carpet back, and there's a trim piece somewhere. And you're gonna pull it. There's a bolt that's obviously already pulled up in there, and you can't see anything because the flashlight's blinding you. But anyways, looks like this. Pop that. It's gonna save you a lot of time from what I've been told. So, yeah, that's what I did, and she came right out. So power steering line's already disconnected. Yeah. So I just dropped or pulled the calipers off, pulled the rotors off, and pulled the bolts from the shocks off. And then there were 4 more bolts, 4, 5, 6. 2 weren't in there. There might have been a couple more that were missing potentially. But there were, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that I pulled, and she came right down. So yeah, it's dirty, but it's almost midnight and I'm dog tired. So we're gonna call it a night for today. Got to my point that I wanted to be at, and we need to work on cleaning this thing up. I have a feeling that this is going to turn into a little bit more of a project than I wanted to. I was really hoping to potentially have this done in 2.5 days, which probably possible, but I feel like I'm here and I just need to do it while I'm here and just clean things, paint things, powder coat things, stuff like that. But I don't know yet. So definitely clean, and then we'll go from there with the cleaning. So we will see tomorrow where we go. Good times. Oh, well, it's the next day. It got real late last night, but made it to where I wanted to. So we're back out here today to keep working on this thing. And right now we've got Evo there and the subframe out here. So for starters, obviously this is disgusting. So we're gonna start by getting this all cleaned up and go from there, and maybe get the motor and trans and T-case back in it today. We'll see. Stay tuned. All right, another day back at it. Oh shit. I'm tired today, but let's see how far we can get. So rolled the subframe out already, and got her all washed up there. So it's about as clean as it's gonna get, but definitely looks a hell of a lot better than it did. So next step is we got to try to get this O2 sensor out, or unplug it somewhere so we can get the downpipe out, because I got a stud that is broken. So then I will have to go bug the neighbor so I can grab his welder, weld a nut on there, try to get this stud out carefully. Once we do that, I think we're on the way to get the motor back in. So whew, we can do this. We can get the motor in today. then it's highly possible we could start this thing up tomorrow. We'll see. All right, current status. I don't know where I left off in the last video, but anyways, subframe is as clean as it's gonna get for now. And borrowed this little ESAB from my neighbor, my awesome neighbor. So we got the downpipe out, unplugged the O2 sensor because that is just, yeah, it's in there and it's starting to round and I'm not messing with it. I'm gonna end up probably buying a new downpipe at some point in time anyways, and I'll just buy a new O2 sensor with it. But we got this one stud right there that we need to get out. So trying to find the right size nut to get on there so we can successfully remove that stud. Then once we get that, we can get all this shit cleaned up. And once that's all cleaned up, we can start cleaning stuff up over here. And car's probably gonna have to go up another, maybe almost a foot. I don't know, but definitely need to put it on some taller jack stands, so I'll have to figure that out. And then we can work on muscling that motor underneath. So fun stuff, but we're gonna make it happen somehow, some way. We got this. Okay, so current status. I borrowed this sick welding setup from my neighbor and was working on trying to get this one broken stud out of my downpipe, and have been unsuccessful so far, but we'll get it eventually. But I gotta step away from that for a bit because it's making me mad. So the homie Junior, whom I also work with, came over, and now we're at the point where we are going to try to get the behemoth into the engine bay. Keyword there is try. So we will give this a go and see what happens. Well, the downpipe was a bust. I started to get really frustrated trying to get that out with this sweet little setup here, but we'll have to get back to that. But was able to get that unplugged. Didn't even try to take this out because it looked like somebody already has, and probably not coming out because of that. But we'll get back to that later. But we did get the motor in. The motor is officially in and not torqued, but bolted down and spilled some oil. So that's cool. Some oil still in the oil lines. I need to find my oil pan and get that resolved so it can start draining and basically start hooking stuff back up, I guess. So I won't put the subframe in yet until I get the downpipe in. I think, maybe. Haven't fully confirmed that yet, but have some other stuff out here. So like, I know this needs to go on for another mount, but I'm pretty sure that that bolts to the bottom of the subframe. So subframe will have to go back in first, but we're getting there. We're figuring stuff out. I think next is clean this intake manifold side all up and get the intake manifold back on, and then get the fuel rail back on. I'm just running the OEM fuel rail, but to my knowledge of looking at this, it does have ID 1300. Oh, that was gas that just leaked out. But it does have ID 1300 injectors. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, next I think we're gonna get that intake manifold on and go from there. All right, so another day down working on the Evo. It's not too late right now. It's like, I don't know, 8:30 p.m. But calling it a night tonight because last night was working on it till midnight and I am tired. Just want to chill. So made some, definitely I would say some good progress tonight for sure. So we got the motor back in, and then I cleaned up the subframe. What else did I do? I messed around with this stud for a bit today to try to get it extracted, and no dice on that. It started frustrating me, so went ahead and yeah, got the motor in. And then the subframe is jacked up underneath there, but I'm trying to work the steering splines in, the ones that are underneath the carpet, underneath the brake pedal back there, as I'm putting it up, trying to jack it up into place. So that's where we're at for now. That's what we're gonna continue with tomorrow, but it's definitely coming along, and I have some parts to get cleaned up tomorrow to get back on. I also have an ultrasonic cleaner, just a small one from good old Amazon, but it does the job. And I'm gonna start dropping some hardware in there tomorrow as well, so I can get some hardware cleaned up too. So I also tomorrow is, once the subframe's back in, I want to start working on the intake manifold, get that surface area all cleaned up, get the intake manifold back on, and yeah, I mean, from there, crash beam, upper support, and start hooking up oil lines, start hooking up coolant lines, and start hooking up electrical. So we're getting there. We're definitely getting there faster than I thought I would. Had a good friend come over today and give me a hand with it, so that helped a ton. And he doesn't really know too much or really anything, in all honesty, about JDM cars, but he wants to learn, and I I don't know what I'm doing either, to be honest. So it is what it is. We're both learning together, and we're getting it done. So I think I'm gonna wrap up this video right here, because I'm trying to do this raw without a whole bunch of editing, because editing is something that it's fun sometimes, but takes too freaking long. So I'm just gonna kind of compile all these videos together and make one video out of what I've filmed the last couple days. So we're making good progress. It's gonna be on the road hopefully in no time. So anyways, thank you guys for watching this update video of the Evo and kind of me going through the process. And I know I'm not showing every single little thing that I'm doing, but I really don't feel like setting up the camera or my phone, because that's what I'm filming on right now, every single time that I'm trying to do something. You know, maybe down the road I will start doing more how-tos, but right now it's just kind of documentation on where I'm at with this car and how it's coming along. So this is, I guess, technically day 2, and we're almost there. So we'll pick it back up tomorrow morning. So yeah, if you guys are liking what I'm posting here and liking what I'm showing, you know, subscribe, like, throw me a comment, you know, let me know what you want to see. If you have any questions or anything like that, go check out my Instagram as well. And I kind of post some more live updates on there as I'm working on this car and kind of what I'm doing. The Instagram handle should be somewhere in my bio, whatever it's called. But anyways, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. See you in the next one. Peace.